Hello everyone and welcome to the moment you've all been waiting for. It's game 2 of the finals of the FIDE Grand Prix. Jan Nepomniachtchi with the white pieces against Wei. Wei has to win on demand because he lost the previous game and he lost when Nepo had the black pieces, so this is an immense task for Wei to accomplish if he is to get back into the game and take this match into tiebreak. So Wei is now MVL's only chance to get into the candidates tournament in 2020. So let's see what Wei prepared. And we also have a nice photo of the matchup, compliments of Niki Riga, official photographer of the FIDE Grand Prix. There you have it, both players ready to battle it out. You can see both players brought water to the game, but Nepo also brought his thermos bottle, probably coffee or tea, to keep him alert at all stages of the game. He's expecting this to be a wild game since Wei has to win on demand with the black pieces. And also, if you know the name of the gentleman making the first move for Nepo, do share in the comments so we can all enjoy, and expand our own vast knowledge. And as you can see, the gentleman made d4 on the move, but Nepo does not like d4. He prepared e4 for this game. So he retracted the move and then made another move, which is e4. And already from move 1 we have exciting stuff on the board. Wei goes for g6, the modern defense. We have d4, bishop g7, knight to c3. Nepo just continues normal development. We have d6, knight to f3, and now a6. So this is a system a lot of players use when they have to win on demand against a really strong player because it's flexible. You don't have anything, but then again, white doesn't know everything by heart. But on this level, who knows? Maybe Nepo even does. But okay, bishop to e2. Nepo continues normal development. We have e6 and castles. We have knight to e7 and rook to e1 by Nepo. And here there is one game where castles was played, but knight to d7, it's a new move. So it is as of move 7 that we have a completely new game. Nepo plays a4, prevents expansion by black on the queen side. Maybe has a5 planned. We have b6, preventing that. Now with a5, now you can go b5. We have bishop to e3 and now bishop to b7. Just also continuing development. You can see it's a very flexible opening. Both bishops fianchettoed, knights on d7 and e7. So you can pretty much play this any way you want. Queen to d2 with an idea of trading of the dark square bishops. At some point also connecting rooks. We have h6 and now comes h3. Just waiting to see what Wei will do. We have g5. Nepo doesn't have to really do anything. He just has to play solid moves and he's in the candidates tournament. We have g5, starting the expansion on the king side, and now d5, which is a very principled decision. When your opponent comes at you on the king side, you want to reply with a response in the center. So d5, we have e5, where he wants to keep the center closed if he's to attack on the king side. We have knight to h2. Now with ideas, well, the knight can now come to f1, to g3, maybe to f5 would be an excellent square for the knight. We have knight to g6. Wei's knight wants to come to f4. We have bishop to g4, planning to bring it all the way to f5. We have knight to f6 now, attacking the bishop, and knight to f1 now. Not really bothered with knight captures on g4. H captures pretty much stops any ideas you could have on the king side. So knight to f4. Now the h5 square is defended. You are preparing to push it. We have bishop to f5, so h5 doesn't come with tempo. And h5. We have g3 attacking the knight, and now comes bishop to h6. Here, you don't really win a piece if you capture the knight, because if captures, then the bishop here is trapped. You don't have a square for it, so it's not really doing anything for white except giving black the open g file for attack. So after this bishop to h6, Nepo goes f3. Now this is a threat because you've freed the f2 square for your bishop, but Wei says, I'm going all out here, rook to g8. So Nepo still doesn't go for captures. He doesn't want, it's still not a piece because now captures, it comes with check. So first king to h1 by Nepo, and now bishop to c8, saying, okay, still capture the knight, I need my open g file to create some chances. And here Nepo does capture the knight. We have g captures on f4, g captures on f4, and bishop to f2. And now yet another sacrifice by Wei. Knight captures on e4. And here, of course, Nepo accepts it with f captures on e4. If you capture with the bishop, then black can grab the h3 pawn, not something you want to allow. So f captures on e4, and now queen to g5. Okay. So Wei definitely made some progress here. He's threatening queen g2 mate. It's your move. What do you play here? Feel free to pause the video and find the best move for Nepo while I give you a couple of seconds. So for those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on finding a beautiful defensive resource. And for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, it's bishop captures on b6. You already grabbed 2 pieces, you don't need another one, but you do need to prevent mate. So after this is captured, now you go knight to h2. And now black's attack is over. This knight is coming to f3, the rook is coming to g1, and there is no good move for black here. Black of course will still play this since he cannot just resign, but you can't even afford a slow move like bishop captures. Simply rook g1 and it's over. Queen moves, you will have to give up the rook. There's no way to play this. But Nepo did not play this. Nepo only needs a draw to get into the candidates tournament, so he plays knight to e3. He gives up a piece this way. Knight now guards the g2 square. Wei captures it. F captures. Now again, this is a threat of mate. So now bishop captures on e3. Now the queen guards the g2 square. Also now the rook can come to g1. We have queen to g3 by Wei, giving up yet another piece. And here Nepo has to capture it, otherwise he's just going to be worse. So here Nepo captured the bishop with bishop captures on h6, but now we have queen f3 check, king h2, and queen to g3 with check. And it was in this position on move 26 that Jan Nepomniachtchi and Wei agreed to a draw. Since there is nothing more to be done here. If black doesn't continue checking the white king, he's just going to be worse. And if well, that's basically just it. You're going to have a repetition here. King h1, queen f3 check, and this is going to be a nice repetition. So yeah, that's the game. Wei draws the second game with the black pieces, and that means Nepo closes up the match in the classical time section, so he doesn't take it even into the rapids, which is something Nepo very often does. And Jan Nepomniachtchi wins the FIDE Grand Prix and wins a spot in the Candidates Tournament 2020, which means yet another Candidates Tournament will be played without Maxim Vachier-Lagrave. That's very sad, but the rules are rules, and it is the way it is. It's always like last time. He almost got it via the rating, almost got it via the FIDE Grand Prix, but he just can't get into the Candidates Tournament, which is insane. A tough break for him because it's the only way to become world champion. Now he's going to have to wait for the second cycle, and that's definitely not fun. But yeah, I'm interested. What do you think about Wei Yi's decision to go all out in a game like this? Or maybe you think he should have gone with a slow approach, not lashing out, and see maybe in fifth hour of play, maybe Nepo will make a mistake and then maybe he can get back into this match. Or maybe it just doesn't mean all that much for Wei Yi, since Wei Yi doesn't have a chance to win a spot in the candidates, and he's happy with second place. But yeah, playing black against Nepo, not really something you can push. So a draw is more than okay here. And a lot of you have been asking me who is in the Candidates Tournament now. Well, I prepared it, and unbelievably, the Wikipedia page for the 2020 Candidates Tournament is really updated. As you can see, the wild card is already set to be Kirill Alexeyenko, and I checked this as soon as this game, Nepo versus Wei Yi, finished, and they updated it immediately, since I was very impressed by that. So you have Fabiano Caruana, of course, he's the 2018 World Championship runner-up. Magnus Carlsen won, so Fabiano gets into the Candidates Tournament in the next cycle. You have the top two finishers at the 2019 World Chess Cup, which is Timur Rajabov, who won the tournament, and Ding Liren, who won second place. Then you have the top finisher in the FIDE Grand Swiss Tournament, the Isle of Man tournament, which as of this year allows players to qualify for the Candidates Tournament, but who does not qualify by one of the above methods and is not Carlsen. So that's Wang Hao, who won second place. Carlsen won first place. Then you have the top two finishers in the FIDE Grand Prix 2019 who do not qualify by one of the above methods, and of course are not Magnus Carlsen. Alexander Grishuk, who won the FIDE Grand Prix altogether with 20 points, and Jan Nepomniachtchi, who won second place with 19 points. Then you have highest average rating, who does not qualify by one of the above methods and is not Carlsen. and that is Anish Giri. Now, a lot of you say that, yes, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave is higher rated than Anish Giri, but here it's the average rating over the course of, I believe, 12 months, so that's why Giri gets the spot in the candidates, not Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, and a wild card chosen by the organizer, subject to eligibility criteria, is Kirill Alexeyenko. So yeah, there you have it. Those are the 8 players that will be playing in the candidates tournament 2020 to see who will challenge Magnus Carlsen for the title. And out of these 8 players, if we can leave them up for a bit longer, who do you think has the that's basically a 2-part question. Who do you think has the biggest chance to win the candidates tournament? Who is the best tournament player here? And not related to that, or it could be related, who has the biggest chance to beat Carlsen? Those are the questions. Or if you want, it can also be one question. So yeah, that's the game. I do hope you enjoyed it. The photos, the game, a bit more talk about the candidates tournament. I would like to thank Daniel Drelic, Trent Lucier, John Roberts, John Henselman, and Benedict Friedel for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon. Continuing, we have to cover the Sunway Sieges a bit more to see how Chucky is doing. We're gonna check up on your wonderful suggestions as always. And before we start the next big saga, which is the Paul Morphy saga, we still have the World Blitz and Rapid Championship from Christmas to New Year's. So basically, we are starting the Morphy saga in early January. So that's pretty much it. Thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.